Right, we're on the way to Ravenscar. So, again, it's a bit of a beast is the hill down to Ravenscar, and certainly back up when you have a bag full of rocks on your back. But it's always quite interesting, and there's some slightly different species there, which don't always find at the other beaches in North Yorkshire. So we have the real top of the Bifron subzone going into the Olenian, and that means we get a good exposure of Catacolosaurus, some of which only occur at Ravenscar, so Catacolosaurus dumortieri and Putoleum. We also get Horgiers from the Variabilis subzone and Gramosaurus from the Thurense subzone. So yeah, there's always something interesting to see, and you never know what you might find, because there can be Lithosaurus and all sorts of stuff that fall out those cliffs. There's the Hayburn White, so the little spot for plant fossils. Fortunately, when you get to Bleewike at the end of Ravenscar, that is where a lot of the exposures do finish, because the Olenian sandstone comes down to beach level at that point, and then there's nothing in the way of Tuarcian exposures, which is the most fossiliferous for Yorkshire, really, North Yorkshire at least. So yeah, it all becomes terrestrial and or very very shallow water, probably some sort of deltaic system where leaves and bits of wood and various stuff would get caught up in the mud and covered over, and also you start getting the footprints as well from dinosaurs and various other creatures, which again would indicate that the water was very shallow and quite active with lots of sediment for infill. So if you think dinosaur tracks, those must have got infilled rather quickly, otherwise they would have just been washed away. Think of your own footsteps when you walk across the beach, they don't take long before they're disappeared. So yeah, must have been quite a sediment filled system to produce dinosaur footprints and trackways of other creatures. Ravenscar itself is quite interesting because it's the town that never was. So back in the 18th century, a lot of land was bought up, and there was plans to make Ravenscar into a resort town, a bit like Scarborough. So there was plans to build a whole town, including churches, a railway line, and all sorts of other stuff. And it just never happened, possibly because it's 210 metres down to the base of the cliff and there's no beach. But yeah, that was the plan. There was going to be I think there was going to be some sort of lift type thing down to the beach, and yeah, there's well documented plans. Some of the fields, it's all mapped out where the houses and various things were going to go, but yeah, it never happened. I'm going to park right at the end here, because I don't want to have to walk one step more going up this hill. So we're here at Ravenscar, so parked up. The little I've got the wrong finger's gone the wrong way, but yeah, the little cafe there, fantastic for when you get back up after a tough old grueling hike back up the cliff. Lovely place to get an ice cream or a coffee, and it's helping to support the Wildlife Trust, or the National Trust, who maintain the path and look after the seals down this area. So there's a big seal colony at Ravenscar. We have to be really careful that we're not causing undue seal disturbance, because they can stampede and injure themselves. So yeah, whenever you come to Ravenscar, just be aware. It is National Trust, and the seals, it's where they live, not us. Right, made it on the beach, and you can see we're on the Bifron zone. A lovely squish deck there still. I think that was there last time. A few more wearing out, and some belemnites. So now we need to find some nodules. So tide's on its way out. I think we're probably first on the beach. we have de-ticked, and oh my god, it is very ticky coming down at Ravenscar, so be very careful. I think there must have been about 20 at least on me to get rid of, so hopefully I've got rid of them all. But yeah, it's looking lovely. We'll see if we can find some nice ammonites today. Right, a little chunky one there. Probably a little cat or something. And there, just by my foot, if I can not drop my hammer. Whee. There's a little duck poking out there. Should be all in there. Very nice. I can see it's all there because the mouth border is just poking out. Cool. How did I walk past that one? Oh, that's one for the bag. Little spiny Perinoceros. Bit of a lenient sandstone. There's just the smallest bit of a middle there. Everything else is squished, but yeah, quite a rare one. So just at the far bay now. It wasn't very productive around the other bit, so I'll have another look when the tide goes out. But a few Gramoceros finds. Nice little pyrite one in there. This will be a nice one, that. Plenty matrix. A small multi-block of Gramoceros. Interesting matrix, that, quite calcitic. And then just come across this big block, which we'll see whether we want to break it down or not, but there's obviously been one in there, so yeah, cool. There's a little something. Just give that a tap and have a look, see what it is. No, it is a little Caracolossaurus. Just pick that little middle, quite nice. Right, on the way back now, just got this nodule. Nice little, I think that might be a Perinoceros or a late duck. Yeah, quite a nice little one, should prep out alright. Right, spot the duck time. Haven't seen it yet. Here we go. Lovely little duck. Okay, so this little Gramo block, yoink, here we go. Little ammonite in there again, Gramoceros. Fantastic. Just a closer look at the peak stones. They're like huge giant cowpats. They really are quite big. Estwing for scale. Give you an idea. Yeah. Right. Heading back to the get up. Some t-shirts available on the Fossiliferous web shop, so unfortunately I had a bit of a problem with my shop provider. However, it's now resolved and we're back to the old URL, so it's fossiliferous.onlineweb.shop. Head over there and there's t-shirts and a few fossils on there for sale, so if you'd like to support the channel, please consider making a purchase. And without further ado, back to the video. Oh, welcome to another episode of Fossiliferous out on the beach. So, we'll try and find some more Colovian and Oxfordian fossils. We'll see what we can find. Tide's quite high. It's going out. It's a nice evening hunt. Weather's lovely. So, yeah, good chance we'll find something. Alright, so first one. Oh, that's wrong. There we go. I want to look at my mug. I want to look at some lovely fossils. So, first fossil of the day. Have you seen it yet? This time it's not an ammonite. It is a big devil's toenail. So a little bit missing at the back there, that's a shame, but these were oysters, so they would have sat on the seabed this way up with the little operculum or lid opened up and filter feed like oysters, modern oysters today. And yeah, they would be sat on the bed, probably secured somehow. You see big rafts of these at places like Redcar and mainly in the older sections, but yeah, they'd be sat on the bottom, filter feeding away. I think that means it's, I can't remember which one is it, I think is it benthic? I'll have to check. I think it's benthic fauna where it's sat on the floor, but yeah, it means the seabed would have been very oxygenated, probably not really deep water. But yeah, at that period of time. This is out of the glacial till, so this stuff here, glacial till, it's come down from the Ice Age, so unfortunately we won't know where that came from. Some more fossiliferous material here as well, so this looks like a plate of crinoids. In fact, yeah, look at that. Oh, give it a little wipe. See, they're absolutely stuffed full of crinoids. These were little sea lilies, like a bit like starfish but on a stalk. So yeah, plenty to see already. I'm going to leave those for someone else to see. I'm after some nice things today, but we'll see if we can find any. Yeah, plenty of rock showing. I've seen some there, looks interesting. I'm going to pick this bit up before the sea gets it. So it looks interesting, and look on there as well. See, that's probably an ammonite that's worn out. I'll just give these two a little bash, just in case, you never know. So, yeah, nothing in those, unfortunately. So, moving on. I'm just having a crack at this rock down here. Found our first ammonites, but they're not very big. So, there is one. I'll point it out. Just a tiny one, just there. Yeah, just focusing on that. Yeah, so we could do with a little bit bigger than that, but the good news is there is some in this block, so I'll split it down and see if we can find some better ones. Not finding a great deal so far, but yeah, you can see that is the remains of an ammonite there. There as well, so I'll give this a bash, could be something else in it. Yeah, not too much to find at the moment, but the tide's still pretty far in. Okay, so I just spotted this beach pebble. See the bit of calcite poking out there. Okay. Yeah, little Keplerites ammonite. So, yeah, it's a bit worn on that side, but it'll probably be a middle, and it's quite a nice rare little ammonite. So, yeah, not too bad that one. Take that little bit of middle out, should be alright. Yeah, a little rock. You can see there's an ammonite in there. There could be others. We'll see. Right, just pick this one up, turn it round. I'm not sure if that's an ammonite or whether that's just a concretion within the rock. So I'll tap this bit off and just see if we can explore a bit more if it is an ammonite. If it's all there, it's fat enough to be a Cadoceras. We'll see. Well, I think it possibly was an ammonite, but it's not very well preserved. It's literally just a very crispy shell covered in sand, and the bottom there's no sign that it's there. So yeah, unfortunately, just a trace of one, but it shows that they're probably there somewhere in the rocks. There. Right, finally got half decent split. Look at that. So you can see there, lovely little ammonite poking out, and we got the split right down the centre. Oh, there's even a little cap just there, but it's broken unfortunately. Like that. It's very nice. I think that will be a Proplanulites pharynguinosus. So something like that. I'm sure someone will correct me. Yeah, a little bit of clean up on that, and yeah, that should be mint. In fact, give it a wash in the sea. A puddle. There we go. I'll do. The sand off it. There we go. Oh yeah. That's a lovely one, that. Bit of cleaning up. Pretty much shelf ready. Excellent. Right, spotted a likely looking rock here. This looks very interesting. Nice and heavy. Lots of shelly bits showing. Let's see if we go in this one. Who knows? Can I do it with left hand? Oh, look at all that calcite. It's going. You know what? Go on, off you go. Let's have a look inside. Oh, yeah, it looks good stuff. Just a brachiopods so far though. So that, yeah, a bit more. There's one in there, I think. That definitely looks like an ammonite there. Go on, off you come. Oh yeah, I think that'll split quite easy as well because it's loose. Go on, just gentle tap. Right on the surface. Go on. Left-handed hammering is very difficult. Oh, there we go. Oh. That is an absolute stunner. Look at that. Perfect split. I reckon that'll come off with no bother at all. Oh yeah, it's loose. Oh, that's an absolutely gorgeous ammonite, that. Right to the centre. Just how we like them. Now, bit of a chance hit this one. You're in your focus. Yeah, there's one in there. Love a little Keplerites, nice little chunky one. Love those little flattened keels with the tiny little nodes. Fantastic little ammonites. That'll need prepping out, but that's good. Just excavated this hole. Nice chunky bit in here, full of shells. I'd be most surprised if there wasn't anything in this, but I'm not going to attempt this left-handed, so I'll bash it down, and if there's out in it, I'll get back to you. It's turned a bit miserable. Started to rain. I wasn't expecting that today, but found a few nice bits of Colovian stuff, and now it's time to have a look at the Oxfordian, so see if we can find anything over there. So it's quite hard going on here today. It's very sandy, but I have managed to get a little fat one. Again, it's a Cardioceras, see by that lovely keel. But yeah, it should prep out alright, that. It's only small, but yeah, still nice. Right, finally come across something that looks like it might have something in. There. Very, very sandy, unfortunately, at the moment on this bit. Oh, very, very stuck in, is that? Wedged. Let me chisel in. Amazing how they can get so suctioned in when there's just a tiny bit of water. Let's get this out and have a look at you. Okay, so yeah, so you can see a bit mucky, but you know, there's cross sections of ammonites literally everywhere on this block. A lot of them are very small, but all these, yeah, are pretty much, see that figure of 8, pretty dead giveaway. That's got ammonites in, so we're going to have to break it down, and hopefully, it's always pot luck with these ones, whether they split or not, but if we can get a nice split on a few, we'll have some for the bag. So that was literally just a very thin layer of ammonites on the surface, so got a fairly nice pop there. Yeah, don't want to focus now for some reason. Focus, there we go. Fairly nice pop, just needs the middle sorting out and around the edge, but yeah, that's not a bad one, that. Nice shell in there too, so yeah, at least we got one. Oh, hello. So that's me done. It's not quite dark yet, as you can see. Weird that, innit? Put the camera up, everything else goes dark, and it looks like it is dark. But it's not actually quite dark yet. So that's me done. It's just about to get dark. I think I've got another half hour really, but it's the light's not very good. So yeah, pull a little Cardioceras, lovely Proplanulites and a few Keplerites, so not a bad few hours. Shame about the rain, but you can't have everything. So from me, see you later.